Live. Uh, check. Hmm. Raw. Why does it do this? What is this? Oh, it's so annoying. Nope. Wait. Holy chat doctor, wow gamer. Calm down. Application. Window capture. I think I've never. Well. Oh no. Oh my god. Want to start the timer. Geez, could have fixed this before I started the stream. Timer. Okay. The window, another one. Google. Yes. Fonts.
Déjame verte desovar.
There we go. What are we going to learn about today? Nephrotic syndrome. Nephrotic syndrome. Nephrotic.
Era niña y tú me hechizabas. El mantra de las olas del océano que se apresuran para alcanzar la orilla de la playa, acompañada por un culto de grillos que cantan para exaltar la puesta del sol. Asunte en dialecto náhuatl, déjame verte desovar, 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 déjame verte
Check. Yes. All right. Studying medicine, possibly while plus streaming, creating content on YouTube. Maya must be god at managing your time. I'm really not. I'm absolutely not. I should probably just focus on one of these things. I think that's more, that's probably more an indication of me not managing my time. I do too many things. I get tired. Always the issue though, so many things to do, so little time in the day. Yeah, for sure. For me, it's more like I have to do I just can't, like, me personally, I can't focus on one thing or I'll go insane. If I didn't have WoW... So like this, if I was just playing WoW, I would like do videos or streaming WoW, because just playing WoW is not enough. Just studying, I would literally go insane. So I would have to like game or have something on the side. I think everyone should do. You should always have hobbies alongside whatever you're doing. Even if you want to be like, dude, I'm locked in, grind set. Like, you'll go insane. What is the Shining quote? Too much work and not enough play makes Jack a dull boy. If you don't play alongside your productive things, you'll end up killing your wife and kid. If you haven't seen The Shining, that might sound crazy. You used to know someone who studied medicine, and that was so time consuming. It is, for sure. But it's more like time consuming than like being smart. I wouldn't say that like med students are the smartest people. They're just like, they just study a lot. They're just hard workers. How do you about Fiat? Onkotiskt. Which errors are you at? It doesn't. It does definitely seem like what you said. A shit ton of reading and dedication to actual memorizing everything requires a lot of discipline. Yeah, it's the thing of like, if you tell someone like, oh, I studied medicine, it's like, oh, you have to be really smart. I usually tell them like, the smartest people, none of the smartest people I've ever met have been med student, including myself. Like the smartest people I know, I met in high school, who went on to study like physics and chemistry and mathematics. Like people who are just like naturally smart. They were like super good at math. They could just like figure things out. If you told them a complicated concept, they would just like get it immediately. Whilst med students are just often very like what's that called? Like they have usually like poor general knowledge. Not all, but a lot of them. They're like a lot of them are like very sheltered. They don't have general knowledge about like, I don't know, just politics and the world and history and movies and stuff like that. Media, entertainment. They're just like super hyper focused, super hardworking, just boom, 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 memorize stuff. What area? What year? Oh, what year am I at? My last. I have 1 term left, so I've done 5 years of med school. In Sweden, it's 5.5 years. So this fall, I'll do my last term. Tänkte väl. Gråtist. Patognom tror jag det var. Patognom. Ah! Oh, we should work out today too, though. Fuck. We should do some studying, then we should do some workout, and then we got rain in the evening.
Déjame verte desovar. Déjame verte desovar. Déjame verte desovar. Era niña y tú me hechizabas.
A niña.
El mantra de las olas del océano que se apresuran para alcanzar la orilla de la playa, acompañada por un culto de grillos que cantan para exaltar la puesta del sol. Haz un té en dialecto náhuatl. Déjame verte desovar. 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 Déjame verte desovar.
Thinking about the thumbnail, you have any gnome screens? What do you mean, any gnome screens? I'm just getting like non-regular viewers. I like it. I main a gnome. Gnome is the supreme race. By the way, did you know that gnomes can't reproduce and they clone themselves in order to survive? I did not know that. That's hilarious. Oh no. I hope they can fuck though, otherwise what's the... Oh my god, I have to look that up. Gnomes can't reproduce. Check. Dude, my mic has been... Gnomes can't reproduce. Oh, no. I have to put World of Warcraft. Right? In World of Warcraft, modern gnomes absolutely can reproduce naturally through normal means, because they were freed from the curse of flesh, which originally turned their Titan-forged mechanical ancestors into organic beings. They are entirely organic and reproduce just like other humanoids in the game. The misconception that gnomes can't reproduce likely stems from two specific sources in the game's lore. Mechagnomes, the fully robotic version of gnomes, or those who have severely augmented themselves with machinery. However, regular flesh and blood gnomes still live in their society and breed. Lore rarity. Blizzard rarely focus on the families, children, or romantic lives of the gnome race in the story, which leaves their day-to-day biology somewhat shrouded in mystery. Did you just lie to me? Designer Dave? Is this like a separate lore for Turtle? Or is it like a secret lore? What is this? So either they can build more fully mechanical mechagnomes and imbue them with sentience, or they just dying race. What? Numbers don't matter. There will always be enough. Oh, this is mechanomes. That's a different thing. Interspecies breeding. What you just read is a retcon. Can you provide a... I want to read about this. Studying derailed successfully. You need some respite or whatever in your studying. Because I am very bad at taking breaks while I study, so it's perfect. Most often bone broken? Probably like either collarbone or distal radius or ulnaris. I don't know the correct answer. I mean, it's probably like carpal bones, like either bones in your hand or your like your radial or your ulnaris, ulnary bone or the radial bone, or probably the collarbone. Has to be. We can check it out. Most common broken bone. Yeah, okay, collarbone. And then often frequently bones include distal radius. Huh? Distal radius? Wait, so I said distal radius, radius or ulna. Literally, which bone do elderly people fall onto? They break their hip bone. They get a column femoris fracture. So the head of the femoral bone. So the femoral bone has a big hip joint that goes into your hip, and it has a small waist, and it breaks right across the column or the neck. Yeah, femoral neck fracture, pretty much. That. And if you break your hip, if you get a hip fracture, the easiest way to see it, if you have an elderly that has fallen down, is that one of their legs is shorter than the other and rotated outward. This guy knows his bones. That's how we used to pass exams back in 1991. Dude, I would much rather have a oral exam than fucking sit for 5 hours answering like 70 to 60 questions. Just give me like one big patient case and like put me in a high pressure situation. I mean, we do have that as well, but that's more like clinical stuff. Internet stole that practice. We're doomed into questionnaire. So, for example, this exam, so how the exam that I'm studying to, how that is constructed is, it's you know, everyone sits in a big hall. You use your computer, and there's like, I'd say like 5 patient cases. Something like, it's more like the questions up here. You start off with like, oh, this is, you meet this patient at the hospital, and these are the things, the preliminary symptoms and findings, and then you get like more information, and then this happens. You order these scans or blood tests and blah blah blah, and these are what you find, and then you like go on, and then you work your way through the patient, and you can't turn back. Once you've answered one question, you can't go back and like revise it. So sometimes you like answer the question, you were like, oh fuck, I was completely wrong, but I'll pick it up from what the correct answer was, and then you complete the whole patient. And then after that, after like 5 fat, oh I'm sorry, just flash an open fracture. Trigger warning. An open compound fracture, guys. After that, there's just like 50 multiple choice questions. There's like 5 big question, 50 multiple choice question. Where the fuck was what was that? There we go. But we also have clinical exams where you literally go into a room and they ask you questions, and then you get to do tests on a patient or whatever. Like, oh, this patient has pain in his knees. Please do an orthopedic status on his knee. And then you go like, oh, can I see? I'll order a CT scan, and then you get to watch the CT scan and go like, okay, this is my final diagnosis. Gotta have medicine. It has. As zero nutrition knowledge? What do you mean? Nature sciences then? I mean, I guess there's, well, I mean, a complete medical degree, you start learning normal physiology, like literally everything in the body, how it's like naturally supposed to work, and then after you know how the healthy body works, you then learn how the sick body works, because you can't learn about the sick body until you know what's normal. Like I'm in my last year of med school, so it's literally just clinical things. But the first 2.5, 3 years was just normal physiology. All the way from cell level to the macro level. And we use books. I still use books. Like all, especially in the early year 1 through 3, I only read through books. Like Gaiton, Martini, what was it called? Not Totoro, Tortora? Like the big Bibles of normal physiology. Martini was my favorite. Gaiton was like more in depth. Lost me here. No healthy bodies, there's no sure, but in medical books you're given normal physiology, like this is how it's supposed to work. But that's very true. Everyone has some suboptimal systems. Okay, so into the bangers from the start. Lupus and diff diagnosis? Alright. For my personal stuff, I've read anatomy, immunology, and immunotherapy. I hope immunotherapy gets pushed more instead of chemo in situations where it can. Oh, 100%, yeah. I guess you're talking about like targeted, like target treatments. Well, is that actually immunotherapy? Um, yeah. You know what's really interesting? Like reading about cancer and just like general cancer. What is that called? Like how cancer cells masks themselves from the immune system. Um, Man, that was so long ago. I read about that. But like how cancer cell masks themselves, how they like prevent detection from immune cells and stuff. And also just like general target therapy for cancer is probably like the future of cancer treatment. My biology professor was talking about personalized medicine. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's why in in most common cancer forms, there's different types. Like if it's like for breast cancer, you have like hormone positive, hormone negative. So depending on the profile of the cancer that the specific patient has, you can use different type of things. So, I mean, just in general, like what happens intercellularly when you have cancer is often you have these intercellular signal ways that work like on or on switches, like DOS. Yeah, you have like oncogens, and yeah, so you have tumor suppressors and onco. Wait, is that what I'm? Dude, it was so long I read about this, but it's basically like on and off switches. So when you get extracellular signaling in your cells to do whatever, from extracellularly, intercellularly, and then down towards your DNA, there's a bunch of pathways it goes through of phosphorylation and dephosphorylation. And in cancer, what often happens is one of these on or off switches becomes permanently on. So there's a constant signaling for proliferation into the cell. Now, if you can create a drug that can specifically target one of these downstream signal pathways, you can turn that off, preventing the cancer cells from proliferating. And that's what you mean by like personalized medicine. If you can specifically identify exactly what is wrong. What's problematic is that most cancers have like a lot of things wrong, and the whole cancer is not like homogeneous. There's different things wrong in different cells. Not true for all, but some. That's why like some cancers have a better prognosis than others. My master thesis was I studied FC gamma receptor 2A, which is a receptor that promotes thrombosis in myeloproliferative disorders like polycythemia vera. And we made some groundbreaking findings in that master thesis. That's also sort of like a targeted treatment. You're attacking a single receptor in a cancer form. Gotta jump, have fun. That's a good suggestion. Squats every 45 minutes. I should start doing that. Thanks for dropping him out. I need to take a break. I loved working in the lab, man. That was so fun. It was like perfect for my ADHD brain, just doing the same thing over and over. I tried to calculate how many times I did teaching. No, is that what it, yeah. I mean, it must be, it was like thousands and thousands. This one is such a... I mean, I'd rather be in a lab, like working with my hands, than sitting in front of a computer just like going through endless amounts of data. I mean, I had to do that as well, but I actually like created, so instead of like going through other people's data that they have collected, I got to create my own data that I then got to use and go through, process. Glyphlosin. Empa glyphlosin. Papa glyphlosin. No. Am I having a stroke? Pipetera is what I mean. Pipetera. Pipette? Pipetering. How do you say that? Pipetera is what I mean, not titrera. That's how you titering. Yeah, pipetera. You know those. You go up and you push it into something else. Pipette. What I mean. I was analyzing plant growth for 3 days straight and no stop. The result was that we didn't understand why it went the way it went. Well, that's still science. The sprouts with more nutrition were smaller than the ones with less nutrition in the short span of time. Why is there turtle wow in your stream tag? Yeah, cause I'm a like a private server Andy WoW streamer. And I do this on the side. Well, I don't do this on the side. This is the main thing I do, and I stream and play World of Warcraft on the side. Yeah, pipetting. Pipetting. Pipetering is the Swedish word for it. I probably did that. I actually got like sore in my arm from doing it so much. I learned that in like people who work with this literally every day, they have like mechanized pipettes. So you don't have to literally like get, I don't know, carpal tunnel or something. I miss Care 40. Dipped on Lapware just to raid with 3 guilds. That's based.
usabas. El mantra de las olas del océano que se apresuran para alcanzar la orilla de la playa, acompañada por un culto de grillos que cantan para exaltar la puesta del sol. Asunte en dialecto náhuatl. Déjame verte desovar.
Felt cool to use the pipet the first time with the lab coat on, but when you had 10 p.m. in the university pressing the yes. Well, I mean, how many? I think I did like 2 months of lab work, and it was like still. It was. I thought like it was. I put my AirPods in. I like listened to, I don't know, YouTube videos, podcasts, listen to music, and you just sit there and you do the same thing. And you have a timer to get like time everything. And you go in and you work your own hours pretty much. Kind of like it was nice because it was like I set up my own hours. I planned all the work. I did everything was just like purely made by me. I planned the experiments. I collected my own data. I processed my own data. I guess like the whole thing is what I liked. But sure, like it's repetitive, but I think I liked it because of its repetitiveness. Kept me engaged. People are different. People like different things for sure. Oh. The bio people in the same build were doing exactly what you described. Yeah. They told me never drop it, the pipette cost. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like just yeah. I had there was a when we had lab work, like the whole class, there was a girl that misused the pipette, and she got, like, the teacher screamed at her, like chewed her out in front of the whole class. I mean, that teacher was fucking mental. That teacher fucking just like literally screamed at that girl, chewed her out in front of the whole class. So when you go into like obligatory sessions like the lab works, you sign your name on a list because you have to be there because they're being graded or whatever. She like took out the list in front of the whole class, just like, this is your name. And then she like just took a pen and just like scribbled over it and like, you're done. You're leaving right now. Would you recommend doing medicine just to be the doctor in the family? I don't want to date a girl. Wait. Would you recommend doing medicine just to be the doctor in the family? I don't want to date a girl, obvious reasons why, but I want to be competent to help the family. I mean, you should, I think you should pick are you talking just like what you want to do in life? I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to become a doctor is, yes, so I can help my family and my kids and my wife, friends and family, you know? Like, I want to be, all we are is flesh and blood, and knowledge about the human body to me feels very important, or it feels meaningful. So I want to become a doctor because I feel like it feels meaningful. And I can't do anything that doesn't feel meaningful. But that's not the only reason I want to become a doctor. It's also because I get to work with people. I like interacting with people. I like talking and helping people. And I also like to work with my hands. And I feel like medicine is one of those few academic professions where you're actually working with your hands. You're interacting with people and you're working with your hands. So interacting with people, working with your hands, I can help and, you know, support my family, and not be in the know. I know what's going on with them if they're sick or anything, and I can help them. Where the books are enough, no practice. I don't think someone can read enough books. I think you can learn a lot by books, but unless you're actually at a hospital working with real patients, going alongside, being tutored and mentored by actual doctors, seeing how you do things and how it's done, is what you need to be a doctor, or like know. Because you can read about how, I don't know, do an orthopedic status on a knee or whatever, but unless you've done it a bunch of times and you know how to do it, you're not going to be able to like really feel the differences. If you haven't felt what a PCL injury or an ACL injury feels like, if you haven't seen that and felt that with your own hands, you're not gonna like know that sufficiently. Like it would be like just reading about how to fix a car, but have never actually fixed a car with your hands. Or working on a computer, just reading about how computers work, but actually have never like touched a computer or looked at computer parts or stuff like that. But I'm wanting lab with the professor because I think lab work only for a project. You were invited to for your controversial opinions. That's cool. I don't want to be a good doctor work. I just want the knowledge and the competence. I mean, right. And then I guess you would just read. That's enough. And I think only from the book. No, I'd say like you can learn a whole lot about how the body works just from reading. But to know as much and be as comfortable, or, you know, as a doctor, you actually have to work on people. Just common knowledge is, you can learn a lot just common knowledge that will be useful to yourself and your family by just reading. Show bald spot. Where's my bald spot? I don't think I have a bald spot. Oh, wrong. We did controversial project. What is considered a controversial project? Would that be like me going and saying to my professor, I want to do like a eugenics thesis or something? I shouldn't say. What could possibly be controversial? I mean, is it like drugs? Is there anything I wish, like, fucking names of stuff? Pacrolimus. Structured water? Yes, so electric water. What? How is that? First of all, what is that? Second of all, how is that controversial? That's you know what that sounds like? It sounds like those health quacks on TikTok. It's like, I only drink structured water. I only drink water that with a pH and a structure, and it has blue methylamine in it. Something, I don't know. Just study medicine in English, shake my head. Well, we're not allowed to. Every you know how much time I spent my first couple of flying me. Are you gonna do clinic or what are you looking for? I mean, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be working at a hospital, so yes, I'm gonna be working at a clinic. I want to be an orthopedic surgeon. Certain nature science, I must say it's controversial. My profession, my uni destroy me, but it's pretty cool. Wait, did your professor? No. My girlfriend called me. I mean, I'm Swedish. I'll be working at a Swedish hospital, so I have to learn everything in Swedish. And yeah, I was gonna say my first semesters, all the books were of course in English, and I spent so much time translating to Swedish for my notes. Such a time sink. Oh. Oh my god. Moon. Nice! Tracer just straight up left. Do one more question. Check. I think we're gonna call it there. Just wanted to do something today. Thanks everyone who watched and interesting discussions. I am gonna be streaming Raid later today. Second MC back to back. Yes. So thanks for watching and thanks for watching.